Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. I am not asking you to listen. I am warning you, because this message was sealed until this exact second. Do not dare scroll past this. The algorithm did not bring you here, because what I am about to reveal was ordered by heaven itself. You did not find this by chance, because the Father has intercepted your feed today to deliver a final act of mercy. You are standing at a very dangerous intersection of your life, and you cannot afford to look away right now. I need your full attention for the next few minutes. Anchor your spirit to my voice. The silence has stretched so long, but today the truth refuses to stay hidden. You have been carrying a quiet exhaustion in your bones lately, and you thought it was just regular tiredness. You think you are losing your mind. You wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning with a heavy chest, and you stay awake until the sun rises. You are tired. Your shoulders are tight. The weight is real. And every morning when you wake up, the heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through. You smile for them. But inside, you are barely holding on. You feel disconnected from everyone around you. You look at your friends and you see a wall. You feel completely alone, even when you are sitting in a room full of your family members. People call you too sensitive. They say you think too much. But your spirit has been working overtime because you are a celestial warrior operating in enemy territory. Heaven arranged this encounter today because you missed the first 2 warnings. The first warning came as a sudden loss. A door closed violently in your face. A connection you trusted was ripped away from your life without a clear explanation, and you spent months crying in the dark. You thought you failed. You felt ashamed. But that loss was not a punishment, because heaven was actually building a wall to protect your inner architecture. The second warning came through your physical body. You felt a deep resistance every time you tried to force yourself into old spaces. Your energy was completely drained. You felt empty. The enemy has been working overtime against you this week because he is terrified of your future. He knows your breakthrough is closer than it has ever been. He wants to manipulate your mind because he cannot stop the blessing that is already tracking your name. He is amplifying your fear. He wants you to give up because he knows you are the generational cycle breaker who will free your family from poverty. You are the watchman. You are on watch. If you scroll away now, you are walking back onto the battlefield without your armor. If this resonates with your spirit, type 777 in the comments below right now. This is not a comment on a video, because your words are a physical sign of your agreement with heaven. Speak it out loud. Declare your presence. Let the courts of heaven record your obedience today. But let me reframe your reality right now, because you have been reading the signs backwards. What looks like total ruin in your life is actually the foundation for your greatest elevation. The world told you that your isolation was a disease. They called it depression. They said you were broken because you no longer fit into their toxic environments. But they do not understand the mechanics of the spirit. Your isolation is actually insulation. The Father cleared the room because those false connections were carrying low frequencies that could never travel into your next dimension. He pulled you into the wilderness to rebuild your inner temple, because a regular human life was never your destiny. You must understand your original design. You were born with a rare spiritual alignment that shifts the atmosphere every time you enter a room. When you were a child, your intuition, Bakfat, Baktrung, you saw things others missed. You felt things before they happened. The language of heaven felt natural to you because your soul was still vibrating at the frequency of your birthright. But the world is loud. The educational system and the weight of generational trauma began to dim that natural light. Scientists call this change the decline effect. They documented that after the age of 7, the human brain begins to lose its original genius baseline. For a normal person, this decline creates an ordinary life. But for a chosen one, it feels like an existential death. The gap between the powerful being you were meant to be and the tired person you are today is the exact measurement of your dormant frequency. You have been trying to fix a spiritual lockdown with mundane human tools. I am naming this early because I refuse to build mystery just to sell a solution at the end of this message. Some of you already feel the pull in your bones, so let me give you the door right now. A specific restoration protocol exists for exactly the kind of deep neural clearance this season is demanding of you. It is a 7-minute digital audio track called The Genius Song. It does not require meditation because it uses precise brain entrainment technology to target and reactivate your dormant gamma waves. This super brainwave is the biological counterpart to spiritual discernment, and its effects have been documented by researchers at MIT and Princeton. If your spirit already recognizes this key, you can find the verified link in the description and the pinned comment below. Do not rush if you still need confirmation. Stay for the full picture. But if you already know that heaven sent this to intercept your timeline, the threshold is ready for your physical agreement. For those staying, here is where we go deeper. You survived the wilderness, but you are still carrying the survival armor. You are still treating your preparation as a permanent sentence. You think you are still hidden because you are not ready for the public elevation. But heaven says, the Cain Tam Lin has served its purpose, and the season of suppression has officially ended. The enemy knows this truth, and that is why his attacks have shifted from external people to your own internal mind. Let me expose the final trap of the enemy. You have been blaming people who walked away. You have been blaming regional spirits for your delay. But the truth is much more dangerous, because the ultimate blocker is sitting inside your own subconscious mind. The enemy has convinced you to accept a hidden agreement of limitation. You became comfortable in the waiting room because the unknown magnitude of your calling terrified you. You became addicted to the safety of your isolation. You are afraid of your own power. You are holding your breath because you think your light will make others uncomfortable. So, you stay small. You accept less. You play the role of a wounded victim because it is easier than stepping onto the throne as a breakthrough prophet. Let me slap your reality right now. The enemy is not blocking your path because your feet already carry the divine authority to trample over his traps. You are blocking yourself because you are waiting for permission from a world that is designed to suppress you. Remember earlier when I mentioned that heavy pressure in your chest at 3 in the morning? Here is the truth heaven wants you to know. That pressure was never an attack on your physical body. It was the weight of your prophetic mantle descending upon your life. The Father is pressing down on your spirit because he is extracting the oil of your anointing. You are not under attack, you are under anointing. The very silence that made you feel forgotten was the forge where your inner architecture was built. Let us summarize what has been revealed in this room today. You have endured a season of profound isolation because heaven needed to insulate your original frequency from decoy lights. Your chronic exhaustion was the physical result of your spirit fighting warfare in higher dimensions without a calibrated tool. And your current stagnation is not a punishment from the Father, but a self-inflicted delay caused by your refusal to step into your true identity. You now have the full picture. The truth is plain. Before the breakthrough manifests, there is a physical step you must take to prove your spiritual obedience. A major test is coming to your timeline in the next 72 hours, and it will disguise itself as a familiar distraction. An old toxic connection will attempt to re-enter your space, or a false opportunity will tempt you to trade your purpose for temporary comfort. If you accept it, the cycle of delay locks for another decade. If you refuse it, the floodgates open. You need to prepare your spirit right now. Remember 30 minutes ago when I first mentioned the Genius Song. Now it is time to walk through exactly how this restoration tool operates, because your spirit cannot fight tomorrow's battles with yesterday's frequency. When your gamma wave baseline was diminished after the age of 7, your brain lost its ability to translate divine signals clearly. You began to see obstacles instead of open doors. But Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years researching this exact neural plateau at institutions like Harvard and Princeton. He discovered that by introducing a precise 7-minute audio frequency, the brain can bypass the stress signals of the world and permanently restore its original genius capacity. Consider the story of a 47-year-old manager who listened to this frequency for 18 days without noticing any dramatic changes. She almost requested a refund on day 20 because she thought it failed. But she trusted the process, and on day 34, her brain fog lifted completely. She suddenly made a massive career breakthrough that erased her debts. Her transformation came as a slow burn, which is completely normal for a chosen one whose nervous system requires time to calibrate. You see, a standard neuroplasticity therapy session at a biofeedback clinic can easily cost you $150. A weekend spiritual retreat can demand over $400, and yet none of those earthly approaches target the gamma frequency specifically. Dr. Lake Nen Tuanbo technology ne into a digital track with a standard price of $49. But he chose accessibility over profit because heaven told him you need this tool immediately. For the remnant listening to this video, the price has been lowered to $39, one time only, with no subscription fees ever. This investment also unlocks 4 value-loaded bonuses worth $80 completely free, including the Genius Child audio track and a guided visualization protocol. The pricing is intentionally accessible, but you must evaluate each phase on its own merit, because future advanced protocols in this sequence will require different physical materials. If the experience does not match your expectation within 90 days, you can send a single email to receive a full refund, and you keep all $80 in bonuses as an apology for your time. The only risk is choosing to walk into tomorrow with your frequency turned off. Every day your gamma wave stays dormant is another day you choose to live below your potential. Your future self is looking back at this exact second. The decision does not need to be perfect, it only needs to be right. Please guard your spirit against the imitation products on Amazon and YouTube that use this sacred title, because those empty audio files will only scramble your alignment. The only verified original source is available through the links provided below. Place your hand on your heart right now. Breathe deeply. This is your moment of decision. This choice is not about $39. It is about whether you truly believe you are the generational cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. The door is open at the very top of the description and in 3 fixed locations within the pinned comment. If your soul recognizes the key, step through the threshold now. I declare that every assignment of delay over your life burns to the ground today. Type, "I am ready to receive it," in the comments below to seal this covenant. Subscribe to this channel to anchor yourself to the next prophetic instruction. May the peace of the Father rest upon your spirit. Your wait is over,